Greetings. Welcome to week 6 of going through Mark's Gospel. I think that these verses at the back end of chapter 3 are all about what it means to do the will of our Father in heaven and see where that gets us. Jesus is going about doing the will of his Father in heaven in such a way that his disciples were not even able to eat. His family hear about this, and literally it says he's beside himself. Basically, if you're standing in yourself, if you're in yourself, you look after your bodily needs. You're a human being, and that you love other people as you love yourself, and therefore you do the loving of yourself. What they're saying is that whatever Jesus is doing is it looks as though he's out of himself. He's out of it. Well, in English, the metaphor would be he's out of his mind. And that when you come across somebody who's focused on doing the will of their Father in heaven, they look different. They have a different agenda. They're not normal. I think. Later on, Paul says that if anybody's in Christ, there's something new, there's something different about us when we are in Christ. Now, that's his family who basically think there must be something wrong with Jesus if he's doing the will of his Father. What happens next is that the teachers of the law then look to discredit Jesus. And I think that it's almost tangential to the main plot of the gospel, but it is such an important lesson of if you have decided that somebody is a bad egg, that there's something wrong about them, you will go looking for reasons that support your view that they're wrong, and that you will come up with things that don't hold water. And the reason they don't hold water is because you were never interested in the truth in the first place. You were just looking to pick holes in somebody who is good, and it's just so dangerous to do this. If you stop being influenced by the truth, if you've decided that so Jesus is a bad egg, and that you just look to see how he is bad when he's not, it is a very, very dangerous thing to do. And incidentally, we do this in small extent where we have a negative reaction to a particular person, and that they do 9 things that are good and they do 1 thing that's wrong, and we say, aha, they're a bad egg, and that we then say, oh, well, they're a complete rotter, and if we do that, we've stopped being on the side of the truth. And incidentally, just to show how easy this is that can you think of one good thing that Donald Trump has done? Because I think that an awful lot of us cannot bring ourselves to see something good in somebody who does an awful lot of evil or awful lot that's wrong. And one of the tests of people who are on the side of truth is that we will be able to say, no, that thing that Donald Trump did, that was good. Now, we're not afraid of pointing out truth where there is truth because God is Donald Trump's judge, and that we will. Okay, then maybe it is still that 90% of what Trump does is really, really not good, but that doesn't stop us saying, oh, but this is good, and This story says that if you stop being on the side of the truth and you start believing you know, you start believing that everything about Donald Trump is wrong, that is very dangerous. Just as those who said nothing that Jesus does is good. Um, if you um, if when you look at good, you say it's bad, and incidentally, if you look at something that's bad and say that it's good, and it happens both way rounds, it's a very dangerous place, and that um, actually the truth of being forgiven is a truth, and if you stopped looking at truth, you'll never be able to be forgiven because anyway, uh, don't. Note to self, don't do it. Um, and then going back to, we've got this thing about Jesus' uh, family saying that he's beside himself. And Jesus says, look, I'm not beside myself because I'm doing God's will. And that I invite you to do the same. And that you will be my family if you do that. So let's do God's will. Bless you as you think about this.